All right, good morning, everybody. Going to record this update on um, I call it the COVID-19 break. So I recorded one maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this is my update number 2. Hi, Precalculus students. Here's a table of contents for the document. We'll go through all this stuff. And really not much has changed. Below, I've made all clickable links highlighted yellow and any green due dates in green. Watch this video, which you are currently being recorded right now, so I can record it for other classes or anyone who can't be here. As you know, the school year will be finished with distance learning. So some good news is that your grade should never go down, but only go up. I have now created this new schedule. This schedule is subject to change as necessary. There's 2 types of learning. I am learning this right now myself. One's called synchronized learning, which happens real time, which a couple of students are here in the Google Meet. That is happening. Live classes are required by the school and will be on YouTube live, and links will be posted on Schoology or Aries Communicate. And then my live classes schedule is I've color coded you guys just like we have on your, you're passing your back your graded work, that white bin next to the refrigerator. You guys have the same color coding. First period red, period 2 is orange, period 3 is yellow, green is period 4, and blue is period 5. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Asynchronous, not synchronized learning, basically means you're doing independent learning. And this will be a light orange right there. So the office hours are optional. So on Tuesday from 10 to 10:30, you can pop in, and then what can you do during that time? This is a great time to individually ask me questions about pertaining to your grade, math concepts, homework problems, or I don't have it here, but for pre-calc, that might be a good one to drop in with your partner to ask project questions. It's kind of like a project help time. And here we'll be using Google Meets, where we'll just use the chat box, or videos will be mute, or I can just reply by voice, or you guys can do by voice. So for pre-calc, that'll be on Tuesdays, 10 to 10:30. So first period's meeting right now, 8:30 to 9. And then period 5, you guys will be later today at 1:30 to 2 o'clock. What are other things on my schedule? Teacher meetings is a time for math teachers to talk about distance learning. So we as math teachers are getting together from 10 to 11 on Wednesdays, and then I think we have staff meetings at 11. And anytime that we're not meeting, you guys can be working. And anytime in this schedule, I think you guys realize that I'm checking my emails. How can you contact me? Contact me through email. I try to respond within 24 hours or sooner. And then I'm also trying to update stuff on Schoology. So those are the access codes, as if you haven't already. We just had an 8 o'clock morning meeting with the staff. And one thing that I need to take note is people who have checked in with me. So if I see you here on this live Google Meet, or you sent me emails or contacted me through Schoology, this is kind of like the attendance. If you're somehow not contacting me, we're kind of nervous, so I have to put your name on some kind of list. So if I don't see any contact within the past couple of weeks, and especially for this week, then they have to tell us to write your name down, and then they might contact you or call you. Due dates: to access the links below, make sure you sign into your AUHSD Gmail account. We have completed most of this in class, but I wanted to get extra practice, so finish them. I've changed it, so instead of primary assignments, I just hopefully make it more clear. There are 3 required assignments, and then there's optional assignments. This has changed a little bit. Required assignments are RA. So required assignment number 1 is your game plans. Last time you turned in game plans, I think, was 91 to 120. So now I'm changing it. This is your last game plans for the year, is homeworks 121 to 144. And this is due by Tuesday, April 22nd, 2020 by 11:59 p.m. Homeworks 1 to 21 to 136 you have physically in your notebooks. 137 to 144 are the new ones that I've assigned since you've been at home. If you want to add 137 to 144 onto your old ones, you can do that. You can get a blank one. You can print it on my website. You don't have to print one, or you can even print this document if that's helpful for you, just this page. You don't need to sign it, and you don't need to print it. But again, if you wanted that help you in the organization, you can. You will need to turn in one Google Drive link. You need to either record yourself, so the camera is showing your paper, all of your assignments. So basically, you're going to show me your game plan. You're turning on the side that has your stamps and the back side, and then the work. You don't have to show me. You're just flipping through that packet so I can see it. Or you can just send me a one Google Drive link with just the pictures. So I'm going to guess that might be something like, I don't know, a Google Drive folder that might have like 30 pictures in it of your math work. And then I forgot to, but I need to have a Google form here, and you just click on there, and you can submit your Google Drive link, but make sure it's shareable with me. And then this was the same as last time. So basically that packet I gave you before we left, it was on graphing, tangent, and cotangent, or basically graphing all the trig functions. There were 8 pages in the packet, and the first 7 pages were just graphing. And then the 8th page was a old quiz. I still want you to do it. So if you need that old quiz, there's the blank, which hopefully you have, and then there's the video solutions. Complete it and take it like a regular quiz. And then you're also doing your quiz corrections. So you're doing the corrections on the side, explaining in one sentence what you did wrong with the problem and redoing the whole problem if you missed it. Now, for those first 7 pages or homeworks 137 to 143, if you don't have it, here's electronical blank. Here are the video solutions to those to help you with those. So if you don't know how to do it, it's a folder. And basically that's what I'll be recording in the live sessions. I don't have all the pages. And so for like later today, during 5th period, I'm going to be recording finishing in the packet page 2. I tested YouTube Live last night, if some of you have watched it. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And then it'll post onto YouTube. So that's what the live class is. And then we'll keep doing the same thing. So next Monday on April 13th, I'll do the same thing. I'll pop on and I'll be recording some problems from the packet. All right. That was the first required assignment in your game plans. Required assignment number 2 is Khan Academy, is due Wednesday, May 13th, 2020 by 8 a.m. This was the original due date. I'll still be checking Khan Academy for the provided minutes based on the deadline set forth in the Google slides. So just click on that, you can see it. Remember, in Khan Academy, learning minutes is the video lessons plus any reading articles or review practices or completing those quizzes or unit tests. If there's not enough, just let me know, and I'll probably even assign some of the future stuff you were supposed to learn. And then required assignment number 3 is the project is due April 28th, 2020, Monday by 8 a.m. I pushed back the due date to give you guys some more time because essentially these 3 things are the only things that we're going to be doing. If you click on this, it should bring you to the, I updated the due date. And you can see, zoom in a little bit, that a lot of the due dates that we had originally, I have changed, and I'm not actually checking them nor stamping them. So basically all I'm going to be seeing is your completed project and your capstone reflection. And if you need a video on that, just click on this link down there. And that should tell you me talking through the whole project, and you can go through the back. The drafts, this will probably be, I think your project's going to be, I'm going to guess it's going to be out of capstone, whatever it says on the back side. So I think your project will only be out of 100, and then I have to figure out how am I going to make you guys split the points, or I might just do it 50-50 unless you tell me otherwise. So those are the 3 required assignments: game plans, Khan Academy, and then your project. Optional assignments. All late work and detentions are due Wednesday, May 13th, 2020 at 8 a.m. I created a video of how to turn in late work, so you can click on that. And it's basically the same thing. The only thing I've added though is that, remember, if I'm not going to accept any late work if you owe me detention. So if you owe me 1 detention or 5 detentions or 20 detentions, you're going to have to turn in some late detentions. And here it is. Especially first period students, for all those tardies you have, you got to pay your debts. All right, same thing as the last video, Chapter 4B test. If you don't take it, it won't hurt your grade because it's optional. Chapter 4B test will cover these items. For Chapter 4, Section 4, graphs on sine and cosine. We cover that in class. 4.5 are the graphs of tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. We covered those in class. And then 4.7, the inverse of trig functions. That was not covered in class. Okay, so if you click on this, this is the folder I have organized. I'll click on it for you. These are the slides on there. And there's 2 ways to access problems, or if you want to go through it with me. For example, if I click on 4.7b, I don't know if it'll work on the video side, what you see. Let's see. Go down, scroll down to a problem. And I press present. And then you see the word YouTube. You can actually click on it and it should bring you to a video of me explaining how to do that problem. Or if you want to go through all that work, you can just click on this document and it has organized all the problems I did, 10, 20, 50 videos on trig inverses. So you can basically learn it without me being there. Remember, this is the only way to raise your test scores. So we've only taken officially 1 test. What we were going to do, if we were in class, in session live, 4.A you took, that's the only test in Aries. 4.B, we were going to take maybe a week or 2 after. I think we were supposed to take it maybe right before spring break. And then we were going to take chapter 5, which I don't have time to teach you. So here are your options. Option number 1, you take the test. If you take the test, it will count as a test grade. If you take the test, it will either raise or lower your grade, so choose wisely. So the only way to increase your grade in the test category is to do better than your current grade. So you're going to have to do a math problem and figure that out. You can use that Grades app or the Aries app. To help you study, I have 2 previous years worth of tests. Is that plural? Times 3 versions, 6 old tests. How do you get there? It's the same thing as you went to your old test corrections. So if you go down to the bottom here, and then let's just say you go down to Precalculus B, second semester, 18-19. And then right there, there's 4 versions, version A, B, C, and D. So that's 4 different ones you can take. After this video, I need to take some time to put in blanks in there for you if you want to print it, or you can just copy down the problem and do it on a separate piece of paper. And then Precalculus B, 17-18. Versions A, B, and C. So you need to, how many do you need to take? In order to take the test, you will need to do 2 things. Take 3 old tests and complete test corrections on these 3 tests. And then send me an email with all the pictures of the 3 old tests that you've completed and that you've done the test corrections both front and back. Deadline to sign up is April 22nd, 2020, 11:59 p.m. So you have 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks. Test day. I will send you a Chapter 4B test on April, that should be 24th, 2 days later, on a Thursday, I believe, at 9:30 a.m. electronically through email. either print it or complete the problems on a separate piece of paper. You will have to submit pictures of your test via email within 1 hour. So if I pass it at 9:30, it's due at 10:30. Okay, so how do I prevent students from working together? So this is what I've learned, that I have not experienced this going to college because I've never taken tests online. But what I have researched is this is what they do. The test will be proctored, which means, when you take a test in class, usually I'm walking around, I'm watching you, there's no talking, there's no looking around, you're not using your phone. So how do you do that? By distance learning, which means that your webcam and your microphone will be on you. So I should be able to see you with your hand writing the whole time. Basically, it ensures that you're not on the computer looking for answers, you're not collaborating with other students, you're not taking pictures, you don't have any phone calls. If you have questions with that, please let me know. Option number 2, again, is that you don't need to take Chapter 4B tests. If you don't take it, it won't hurt your grade because it's optional. That means the Chapter 4B category, or the test categories will remain the same, basically what you have. And remember, this is the only way to raise your test scores. Feature lessons, you will not be required to learn feature lessons, but if you're bored, this is what I would have taught you: trig identities. It's basically having 30 identities, and you're using those both algebraically. So this is more algebra, it's away from graphing. Different types of working of fractions. And then the last thing, extra credit is due Wednesday, May 13th. So if you look at it, all of your late work and extra credit is due. This would be the normal extra credit at the end of the semester. Oh, that's what I wanted to do, put it over here. And that here is here. What can you turn in for extra credit? Unused bathroom passes. They should have a stamp on them with it doesn't have my signature, and it has your name and pen on there. And then also there's the perfect notebook. You can find details about the perfect notebook on my website, and then go to the syllabus. I think it's on page like 6, and gives you instructions, and there's a video of me flipping through a notebook, and you just submit your extra credit pictures here. If you're doing both of these, then you have to submit twice. So those, that's what the update number 2 is. Let me go back to the chat and see if there's any questions.